you're talking to, your friends, you're having coffee, and they're asking you questions. How long have you lived in Windsor? What part of Windsor? Did you grow up here? Whatever you want to share.
Okay.
Very simply. Can you see that?
No, bring it up a little bit closer.
Yeah, no. Believe me, you know what? If I don't have my glasses on.
Okay. Okay, number one. Okay.
Mike, are we all set to go?
Yeah. So, these are just like almost suggestive questions. So, you could you can pick and choose to ask her, and she'll look at you, not the camera. And
yeah. So again, we're having coffee. We met. Florence introduced us.
Okay.
And I'm, my name's Steve. I've only been in Windsor for 29 years.
Oh.
So we moved here, and we raised our kids here. But when people say, were you born here? We say no. And some people look at us and say, well, you're not really from Windsor.
Oh.
So the question is, starting off, how long have you lived in Windsor?
Over 31 years.
Excellent.
I moved here in 1990.
90? Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it's about 31.
Excellent.
31 years.
So what brought you to Windsor, and where were you coming from?
I was coming from Hartford.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a two-family house in Hartford, and then when I sold it, I decided to go to Bloomfield or Windsor, but then I chose Windsor.
Well, that's part of the story, right?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
Windsor, Bloomfield, very similar.
Yes.
But what made you move to Windsor? Friends, family, job?
No. I was just driving through, and I told a real estate agent that if I can't find something in Bloomfield, let's go to Windsor. And I was on my way to my part-time job when he called and said, I think I found a house. I think you'll love it. So when I drove up and I saw the house and I fell in love with it.
Nice.
And that was it.
Been here.
30, yeah.
30, yeah. So I live on...
Oh, okay. Yes.
And a lot of my neighbors have been there for many years, very similar. Some grew up in Hartford, some grew up... Actually, my neighbor across the street came from down south. But
I'm from Jamaica.
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm from Jamaica.
Everyone in my neighborhood is from somewhere, in the area. So when you think about Windsor, you stayed here as well. What are some of your best memories of the town?
The Shad Derby. For one, I love the Shad Derby. And I have no kids going to school, but that went to school in Windsor. My son went to school in Hartford. But a lot of my friends live in Windsor.
So when you think about Windsor, and again, 50,000 foot view, what do you tell people when they say, why do you live in Windsor?
I love the diversity, for one. I love the diversity of Windsor. Neighbors are very friendly.
Yep.
Because I've gone to places and they say, well, my neighbor's not very friendly. Oh my God, my neighbors are very friendly. They help me to clean the snow. They watch out for they're very friendly. I am glad that I decided to live in Windsor.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
And I go to church in Windsor.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it is funny because all my neighbors, again, they're all from around, Caribbean, Jamaica,
Yes,
Barbados.
yes, yeah.
So when they have parties and we're all doing our little thing, I get to
Yeah.
eat. I eat well, so that's very good.
Yeah. The street changes over the years. When I moved here, it was a little bit quieter, but now the older people, their kids move them away. So the younger people, they have kids. So we have more kids, but they're very respectable.
Yeah.
They're nice kids.
Yep. We had a little girl who lived next door. She was 6 years old, and my wife and I just moved in. And the first thing she came over and said, do you have any little kids to play with? I said, not yet, honey. So, but yep, so she's 6 years older.
Yeah.
And I think we were there a year and a half, and then my son was born. And then we have 3 boys, but they grew up in Windsor, very similar.
Yes.
So final question: when you think about what you would tell people, you've had a good experience with neighbors. You like the community; it's diverse.
The school system, I think it's very good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else come to mind? Memories. Shad Derby's a great memory.
Yeah. During the summer, on the green, every Thursday night we have music, which is so relaxing, and you get to meet a lot of people.
Yep.
Yeah, you get to meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
We have a few little parks where it's quiet. You get your chair with a book, and you relax, and I think it's a great town.
Great.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it's a great town.
Footnote from Dad. You might have seen me.
I saw you week before last Thursday.
Yeah,
I was with Flo, and you came over and
Yeah. So yeah.
That's why I said people are very friendly. I always pass this place, and I've never stopped. So I think when you're working, you just work from work to home. But when you retire, then you start meeting people. Then you really start, enjoying where you live, enjoying the town.
Right, you have time
yes,
to stop and smell the roses.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
Anything else that you would like to share?
The police department is out of this world. I'm going to give you the story.
Yeah, please
a couple
do.
weeks ago, I went down to the Historical Society. They had a program there. So my niece had called like a couple days when she says, "Auntie, are you going anywhere?" And I said, "No." She tried to surprise me from Maryland.
Wow.
So my neighbors across the street, they're Spanish, very nice couple. They have 2 kids. And I always tell my niece in Atlanta, I said, if you need to get in touch with me or you can't find me, check with that neighbor across the street. So she saw the car and the driver. She called my other niece in Atlanta, and she said, I'm here. And Auntie said she wasn't going anywhere. And I tried to ring the doorbell, and she's not answering. They call the police, the Windsor police. So when I was coming from the Historical Society, I saw this police car rushing in front of me, and I said, I wonder where he's going now. Didn't realize he was going to my house. So when I drove up, my neighbor said, "So there's Miss Beryl. She's fine. Nothing is wrong with her." Because she thought something wrong with me in the house. And she's calling my grandkids, she calling everybody, and she couldn't get anyone. So she went across the street.
That's so funny.
They called the police.
That's so funny.
But I think we have a good police, in Windsor. Yeah. They're very friendly. I can remember one Sunday coming from church, and I was on Flo Street, and I was coming down, but I was a little bit over 25 miles an hour, and as I saw him, I put my on the brakes. He said, so when he stopped me, he said, "Oh, you were speeding." I said, "Yes, but I did slow down," he said. "I know you slowed down." He said, "Be careful." So, I think we have a good police department.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
I kind of miss them on Bloomfield Avenue.
Yeah.
I haven't gone up to the new station
yet. It was
to see.
beautiful when they had
Yes,
grand opening.
right, but I think I was away.
Yeah, it was beautiful,
Yeah.
but if you get a chance...
I have to go up there.
Very
Flo
impressive.
promised to take me that we're going to go up there one day. Yeah,
very, very nice
and look
facility.
at it. Yeah.
So it is interesting hearing your story after being here for
31 years. Yeah.
It sounds like it's
And I
it's
I
your
have
home.
no complaint about the police department or no problem with them. No problem. If one day I remember I went to the nail place and I have an alarm on the house, and I think I didn't close the door properly and the alarm went off. And when I drove up, I saw them and they said, "So you live here?" So I said, "Yes." He said, "Well, the alarm was going on and we went inside and everything was okay." So I think they're great.
Great.
I think they're great. You
Great.
can hear so many bad things about police, but yeah.
Well, this, the good stuff never makes the
Never
news.
makes, that's right.
It's always,
That's right. That's
unfortunately,
right.
the not so
Yeah,
good
and we
stuff.
need them, no matter what. We need them. We know we have bad people in everything, whether you're black or you're white, but,
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, thank you for sharing that. If
Oh,
there's
you're
anything
welcome.
else, that you think
You're
of, please
welcome.
let us know. But that's a
Okay.
great story.
Yes.
So, just out of curiosity, what are your plans for the rest of the summer? Are you going to do anything else in Windsor?
No, apart from on Thursdays, I go down to the Green, and sometimes they have stuff in the library. At the library, I'll go down there. No, that's about it for the summer. I'll be in the garden trying to get it ready because I have a big garden. So, I'll try to get it ready for the fall.
Yep. After all that rain, it was.
Oh my
it was
gosh,
like
yes.
a rice paddy.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Yep, we all know that.
And just so that we could match up the paperwork, can we get your name?
My name is Beryl Sampson.
All right, do you want to?
Yeah.
Well, we have the paperwork.
Yeah.
Do we need to put it on this?
Yes.